My name is Greg, and today we are doing a April 2021 Lego City Tour. This is pretty cool. So I haven't done a city tour video since January. So I haven't been doing this because there hasn't really been that much that's changed. There are some like very minor things, but for most part, I just want to do this because I just haven't done one since January. So that's quite a long time. So yeah, this is the April 2021 Lego City Tour. So yeah, let's start the city tour like we normally do at the park, and then kind of go onwards and stuff. Okay, let's start. So first, before we actually get into the park, let's just start at this little eating area. So I think I'm probably gonna do something different with this someday, but for right now, it's the nice little eating area. You can see this is actually supposed to be Jeremy from my Jeremy's Day stop motions. More of those will be coming out probably soon. And then it's just his wife actually. So yeah, so that's just that. I'm not really much to say there. But then next to that, we have the actual park, which is my favorite part of Lego City. I think I've said that in basically every other city tour that has a park, which is all of them. But yeah, this is the park. It's probably my favorite part of the city, like I've already said. Let's start. So first, there is the pizza van right here, which is serving a nice wizard. Oh, this is actually Willigby the wizard, or Willigby Spellman the wizard, who's in that short Willigby the wizard I made a couple months ago. But yeah, then behind the pizza van, there is a little pastry shop and then a popcorn cart. You can see a little like man with glasses and stuff is happily getting some popcorn. Then there is the hot dog cart right next to it, and you can see a mustachioed bald man is getting a hot dog from the cart. And then right next to the hot dog cart, there is this little coffee stand right here. This is very useful for the people of the Lego City who just want like a nice like coffee to get their day started. And you can actually see one of the people is actually the Grim Reaper right here, who is actually wanting to get a nice coffee. He always has his coffee all black. Actually, I know like sugar in it because he's the Grim Reaper, so it makes sense. And there's also this little sign as well, which is just kind of shows that what it is, just advertises it. Then right in the center of Lego City Park, or Christensen Park as I call it, there is a statue actually of the creator of Lego. So Ole Kurt Christensen is the dude who created Lego or invented it. So they have a little statue of him right here. I initially he had like he's holding a little brick and like a little minifigure, a little like Lego minifigure statue. I don't know where that either of those pieces went. So I'm probably going to change that at some point. But yeah, but right now it's just a little statue. And it's over there, Ole Kurt Christensen, 1891 or 1841, I don't actually know. And then 1958. That is his actual birth and death date, by the way. Then right here, right across from the statue, there is a little there's a little table where a group of ladies right here is having a nice coffee right here with a donut and stuff. And actually, a little detail. This is kind of getting more into the diner right here. But you can actually see a disgruntled restaurant employee who is throwing away his bacon that he burnt. And he's very disgruntled about that. So he's throwing that away into the trash can. Now, the final thing in the park is this little band right here, which it's supposed to have like a full thing. I might change this to something different in future city tours. So look out for that, I guess. But yeah, but right now they're just singing away. They're having a nice band. And yeah, just to keep the people entertained. No one's currently at the band. It's just kind of listening. But yeah, but that's still pretty cool. So yeah, so that's the park. I think that's probably my favorite part of the city. Now, one of my other favorite parts of the city, is directly right next to the park, which is the downtown diner, modular building. So yeah, this isn't a new thing. I've added some new details. I'm pretty sure, like for example, that right there, this guy throwing away his bacon or whatever. I showed you that though. But yeah, but the downtown diner is probably like my favorite parts of the city, just because how detailed it is. There's so many details to be able to and just like way places to put like really cool little details in. I think it's really cool. Now, actually, inside the downtown diner, I've actually added some details, so I will be showing that. So just pause 1 second. So this is the little diner section. Actually, diner section. I actually added some detail right here. So I have to be kind of careful with this set, not move it around too much. Mainly because the people will just like fall around, because except for like these two, they're all like not on studs. But you can see right here at the table, there is just some businesswoman having some coffee. Some like rapper woman, I think is what that is, or something. Some like singer woman. And then it's just a disgruntled. And then there is a kind of, you can see right here, is a disgruntled businessman who just wants his coffee to eat, to drink, which is pretty interesting. And there's also just an employee there, and the cook's there, And yeah, and then there's a waitress who is serving these people. And then there's a jukebox that's playing some retro songs, which is pretty cool. And then you go up this stairway, actually. There is the second part, which I'll just add this back on and then show you what the inside of this building looks like. This is the gymnasium kind of area, or the gymnasium that's on top of the diner. And this is a pretty cool section. I added a few details, like, for example, one of the boxers that come in the set, is like having like a boxing match with like one of those little duffel bag things, whatever they're called. There's a lady like lifting weights, and another lady also lifting weights right there. So that's pretty cool. And there's of course a door in the back that leads to back here where like this thing is. There's actually a woman right there who's gonna go into the gym. Then there's the recording studio. There's nothing in the recording studio in terms of details right now. So I'm just going to put that back. I'm on top of the thing right here. Initially, there was this lady was having a drink on the balcony, but I've removed that for now. Actually, speaking of on top of things, I didn't really talk about that, but yeah. If you go up this little ladder right here, there's the top roof of the building, and you can see the singer character that comes in the set is actually like singing his heart out across on the rooftops. And yeah, I think that's a pretty fun little detail, I think. And yeah, there's also a little little skylight window. It's pretty interesting. Okay, and then actually on the back right here, there's just like a little person. Actually, this is actually Percival Graves, who's actually the rarest figure of the Harry Potter minifig series, which is pretty cool. And he's withdrawing some money. And then there's also the car that appears in the Downtown Diner set. The car I actually forgot to review in my review of the Downtown Diner set, which is pretty interesting. But yeah. And then actually, just speak of the front as well. I'm on the front part of the sidewalk of Lego City, of the diner. There's some people. There's like this woman who's just walking by, and this old man who's just walking by, and then this stormtrooper is actually going up to the upper levels of the diner. Oh, and this chair is out for some reason. I'm probably gonna fix that at some point, or I'll just forget about it. But yeah, so right next to the diner is a Mr. Gold's Supermart, which is pretty cool. So I don't think that much has changed about it. Just a guy walking out of it, some missing posters. Although I should probably move this. There we go. So I moved that. There's just a little like lost and found with a guy's head. I'm not gonna point out where this guy's like body is. But if you find it in the video, I'll comment down below. And then if you get it right, then I'll pin the first comment I see or something. Okay, so then now the roof of the supermarket is just made by just this little like piece of styrofoam. And inside the supermarket, I don't think anything's really changed. I think it's just been the same for like a really long time. One of the mannequins is still missing for some reason. A lot of the figures have fallen down for some reason. I don't know why. Probably why, because I don't really check this area this room very much for some reason. So I just end up like forgetting about it, and all the characters fall over. But you can see some small details here, like Flash is like rushing by this janitor as he's like trying to clean. There's actually this guy buying an action figure, which is actually one of the coolest little parts, which is this little Dumbledore figurine, which I think is pretty cool. There's also a robot who's there as well. Okay, so then if you put the roof back on, there's just this little Millennium Falcon microfighter I have here because I don't know. But yeah, then moving on from this section, you go across the street and you get to this little area, which has two stores, a game store and a bank and a laundromat, which is pretty cool. So let's start, and this is a connected little modular building. So let's first start at the game store. So at the front of the game store, there's a little like red box, and then a guy with like very wacky green hair coming out of the game store. If you take off the roof, just a little scene. There's some people like shopping at the shelves. There's a clearance aisle. There's little like TVs game stores always have. There's a little checkout aisle, which is pretty cool. And then actually each of these stores you actually get to from the back as well. So if you can see that, like there's a little back door to the game store. That rhymes actually, back door to the game store. That's funny. But yeah, a little like back door you can get to, which is pretty interesting. And then the next part is the bank right here, Lego City Bank, which is a interesting, one second, an interesting little part. I don't think much has changed inside this place either. It's just the same thing. Like there's little ATM machines, a little like security guard. Now there's a door from the back, which I think has been there for a while, but there's a door from the back. To the back, there's, you can see Captain America walking out of. And then you can go behind, there's the vault, but it also has a little like checkout or a little teller desk, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, that's really the bank. And then the second floor of this little building is the laundromat. Don't ask me how the minifigures get to the second floor of this building, because I don't know, but yeah. But there is the laundromat, which is pretty cool. Just, I think this has not changed either. It's just the same, been the same thing for quite a while. It's just like a big laundromat. There's a lady like waiting. I think it's actually Spider-Woman actually, which is pretty interesting. She's waiting. There's just some people. There's actually some like Mace Windu. There's a clown. There's Ebony Maw with hair for some reason. I probably take that. The hair is just more the character's more recognizable. But yeah, and there's also a baseball player. I'm pretty sure, which is pretty cool little assorted characters actually. So that's pretty interesting actually. Then moving on from this building, I'm gonna sit in this chair now. There is the bakery, which this has not really changed much either. Like this is just the bakery. There's just people like sitting. That's actually Mary Jane Watson and Peter Parker actually, which is pretty interesting. There's this little like display. Oh, actually, this actually has changed. This is actually one of the areas that has changed because the initially, I'm pretty sure in the January City tour, the Lego store was over here and it was like facing this way and stuff, and like a bunch of stuff was rearranged. So that is different. But yeah, and there's a little door actually. There's a little display here, and the actual door to get inside faces this way. For this street. So like from this perspective, it would be like the front door. And then there's still a back like all the other ones. I don't know if you can see that, but there was like a little back door. That's supposed to be an employee-only entrance. But yeah. And there is an inside, but it's kind of hard to show. 1 second. Actually, no, it's not that hard to show. It's actually pretty easy. So yeah, so you can just see. Remove this section. There's just a little like interior. There's a little checkout aisle with no checkout person for some reason. I don't know why. And then just a little person, just a little old couple eating at it, which is pretty interesting. And then the person walking in as well, which this is an unintentional thing. That's actually Jacob Kowalski from Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and I think he's the baker in that series, which is pretty interesting. Like that's what he wants to do. I haven't read the book or seen the movie in a while, so I don't know I don't remember if that's actually true, but yeah, let's move on. Going across this street, one of my earlier city tours, one of my early city tours, I named the streets, and I probably should do that more. So I'm probably going to do that at some point. But yeah, this is a street. Before we go actually down this street and see what behind there, let's go to this apartment building. Which this, again, not really much has changed. Not even anything in the inside, I think. It's just like a little pizza place and then little apartments. And there's even a little barbecue up here. Which actually, these two characters, this was a little hint. I want to do, like a little reference. I want to do a series with these characters as like the main characters. So look out for that. Oh, my phone's 15%. Look out for that series. But yeah, that's the little thing. So before we move on to the actual brown table over there, let's actually go to the back section of the city. So like this front section, and then there's a back section right here. Right here. So first there's this little like first responders kind of sections. There's like a little police station and fire station. So first to start, there is these two little police cars right here. There's this cop trying to get in. Then there's the police station. This is actually the one from the Lego Police Starter Pack. I think for a little like for like a little like cheap kind of smaller, for like a little smaller police station, it actually works quite well. And actually modified a little bit, so there's a little like helicopter on top. You can see the little pilot trying to get up to it. And then there's just like a cop walking out of it, a little motorbike, and then a little cop just eating his cupcake or whatever that is, a cookie, and drinking coffee. Pretty cool. There's also this gate right here, which I finally learned how you're actually supposed to. I actually realized I was building this wrong the entire time. That's actually why I never reviewed this set. And also, because I had it built wrong there for a really long time. Oh, yeah. And also, there's also I'm pretty sure this isn't supposed to be a gate. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like something like they'll like leave for like criminals who are trying to get down the road and they'll like block them or something. But for right now, I'm using it as a gate. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So then moving on from the police station, we have the fire station right next to it, which is pretty normal, just a little fire truck. Inside there's also, and they had the fire station, exactly a little fire truck there as well. A little like drone on top, there's a little like tower. Nothing inside that building. But yeah, but then there's this little person walking out. And there's a little dock right here, which is pretty cool, pretty interesting. Actually a set I should probably review this set at some point. So I'm probably gonna do that very soon. And there's also just the jet ski that they came with the fire station set. There's also a nice little detail, which is this little fire station lady is giving giving little Dalmatian a little cookie, which is pretty interesting. Okay, then there's actually first this bridge right here, which this bridge is kind of like a steppies. There's even still snow on it, even though it's April, so there's probably should not be any snow anymore. But yeah, but there's just this right here. I'm probably gonna clean that up at some point, but yeah, but it's just a bridge. It's pretty cool and pretty cool little like landmark of the city. And then right next to the bridge, it's actually one of my new favorite sections of the city. This is a relatively new, like not that new, but like relatively new section of the city, which is the bank, which is the beach. It's not like a new for this beach right here, which is actually pretty cool. I like this area. So first there's this water, and you can see all the characters don't have legs. That's not because they like lost their legs. It's because they're supposed to be like submerged underwater. Have their legs are supposed to be. And so there's just some little like people swimming. There's a little diver, a little couple there, which is pretty interesting. And yeah, even an old guy, and then even these people are actually throwing a little rock into the water. There's little like ripples. Then there's the beach, which just has the aforementioned people throwing rock into the ocean. And then a little, like, beach burger bar, which I actually quite like this. This is a good way to use this, I would say. And then a person buying, like, a popsicle. Some little people sunbathing. A little lifeguard post. A little, like, table. And then there's this Santa going to, actually, the next thing. The restaurant. This little sign says it's La Locomata. But most people call it Lego Olive Garden. That's like kind of what it is. But yeah, but just a pretty nice little. I actually really like the color scheme on it, so it kind of gives them like distinctness to the city. I actually quite like that. But yeah, but just a little like Italian restaurant, some people eating at it. Pretty cool. And then also the little thing that has this little jet ski on it is also parked there. And then right next to the Italian restaurant or Lego Olive Garden, there's the Daily Bugle building, which is pretty basic. There's just like not really much to say about that. So right next, except for this little alleyway right here, which is pretty interesting, and then right next to the DBC building, there is the Lego store, and I actually really like this. Is just a good set that I was able to find. I think I got this, not this birthday, but last birthday. I got this Lego store set, and there is stuff inside, but I'm not really gonna take it off right now. I don't think it's really changed from previous city tours, so yeah. But that's pretty cool. There's even Spider-Man chilling on top of it, which is pretty cool. Okay, so that's the end of this section of the city tour. So now this is a much harder section because I have to go to this section. It's kind of hard to see. But this is the second section of the city. And this is kind of the more like run-down section of the city, if that makes sense. There's just a lot less here. So first there is this little bridge set. This is actually pretty cool. And it's actually, so for a long time, this bridge didn't really have a purpose. It just kind of was there and didn't really serve anything. But now it actually brings people who are here from here to the like actual side of the city, which is this side of the city, which is pretty cool. But there's like Batman parked in that section, which is pretty cool. Just some people walking across the pedestrian bridge. There's also a little cafe right there, which is pretty cool, pretty interesting. And then some people eating at it as well. And then right next to the bridge, there is this little house. Right here, just Stephanie's house. That actually was like over here for the longest time. It was like over there and over here and stuff. You can actually see. That's a good thing about having a city tour playlist, so you can just see all like evolution of the city of this Lego city. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Then right across the street, there's this little Santa's Grotto house, and then just a little ice cream truck, and then there's this building, which I haven't actually given it an interior yet. But it's just like this person setting up, actually. So they have a, business. These people, this lady and some guy that I don't have apparently anymore. They actually own this little business where they have an escape room and a little yoga thing. Now, I'm probably gonna give back the interior back to that, but the only problem is that a lot of the like yoga people, I just sprinkled around the city, so I'm gonna have to put new people in. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do that. But it's just a little mall section, has a little sign, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I think that's it, because there's not really much here. There's a tree over there. But that's really it, I think. I think that's the end of this video. Except for actually one final thing. This little bus right here. The night bus, which I actually quite like this. This is just another good set. I like this set. This is very nice. There's actually some people actually going to Hogwarts. There's a person like sleeping in the little bed. There's even a person there up there. Pretty cool. And Moaning Myrtle's on top of it, which is pretty interesting. Oh, so that's the end of this video. I'm gonna sit around. That's the end of this video. So yeah, so if you enjoyed the video, then that's good, and then like the video. Since you like the video and like it, if you like it and want to see more videos by me, then subscribe. If you want to be notified when a new video comes out, click the notification bell. Also, go to the channels bar, like friends and family, and subscribe to those channels. So that's the end of this video, and yeah, so that's the end of this video. More videos coming out soon, like Lego City videos, gaming videos. Like the second episode of New Super Mario Brothers 2 is probably going to come out. And there's also probably going to be, I think, an Easter edition of Arthur and Friends. Look out for all those. I might even also do another games, like, collection video. Because I added not just DS games, but just, like, a bunch of all the games. And, yeah. So that's this video. And, yeah, so see you later. Bye.